Jessie V. So I have a very creepy story for you guys today. It's actually like a bunch of stories kind of just mushed into one, and it may just make the hair stick up on your arms, because it does for me. It's extremely gross. I mean, spiders just completely freak me out. This story takes place back when I lived in Antigua, and I have explained this before, but for the people that didn't know already, pretty much right after I was born, my parents and I moved to the island of Antigua. It's like a small island in the Caribbean. My dad just got like a really good job as an accountant there, so we just all went as a family to live there. And during these years that we lived in Antigua, we were always greeted by many creepy crawly visitors, and the largest ones were the tarantulas. I feel like most people have heard of these spiders before. They're large and hairy and pretty much the size of a teacup, but in fact some get as big as a dinner plate, okay? That is too big for me. Spiders shouldn't be that big. Bottom line is that they are giant furry spiders with a pretty painful bite actually, and they live super long. Females can live up to 30 years in the wild. That's insane to me. And I'm not hating on these spiders because I know that tons of people have them as pets, which is totally cool if that's what you want to do, okay? I respect you for that. But I'm sorry, I just couldn't. They just make my skin crawl. So today I'm gonna tell you a few stories about them because they invaded our house all of the time. And they also liked sneaking into our car. One time when I was very little, my parents put me in the car seat and buckled me all up, and they began to drive wherever they were going, and out of pure luck, my dad just happened to glance back at me like 10 minutes into the trip, and what he saw was absolutely horrifying. There was a huge tarantula in the corner crevice of my car seat, like right around my hip area, my little baby hip. And because I was a tiny child, I had no idea what this big furry thing was in my car seat. I had no idea what it was. To me, it was just a furry toy, okay? So I'm like reaching over to it, I'm touching the top of its body, and my dad almost has like a stroke because you do not want to see your baby playing with the tarantula. You just don't. That's not a sight that parents dream of. So he immediately pulls the car to the side of the road. He jumps out, like rushes over to my car seat, and he can't make any like quick or violent movements towards the tarantula or it will attack. So he has to really slowly pull me out of my car seat, put me outside on the grass, and then he has to deal with the tarantula. And I was like kind of upset that he took me out of the car. I was like, whoa dad, I was totally playing with my friend over here. Children find just everything fascinating, even if it's dangerous. So my dad takes the car seat like right out of the car and then kind of tips it over onto the ground so the tarantula can walk out, because my parents never wanted to harm the spiders. They just wanted to get them out of our vicinity. We never killed them or anything. So that was one of our car incidents. We actually have another one. One day my dad was driving all of us to our cousin's house, and he started to feel this little tingle on his leg. And he's like, why is my leg so itchy right now? And my mom can already see what's happening before he looks down at his leg. There is like this giant tarantula just crawling up his leg while he is driving. So he can't just freak out because we're on the road. So my mom is like calming him down, like, just relax honey, just relax, just slow down the car. So he pulls over to the side of the road, he opens the door to his car, and then he just runs out as fast as he can and starts shaking everywhere. He's shaking like a maraca. I mean, it's definitely really scary. Like, I do not want a tarantula on my body ever, especially when it's unexpected, you know? But anyways, those are all of our car stories. Now I'll get into the home invasions. At our house in Antigua, my mom used to wash all of our clothes, and we didn't have like a drying machine, so she would have to go outside and hang them up on like a drying rack. So they would be like outside in the sun and they would just naturally dry. Well, one day when the clothes were dry, she went out with like her little laundry basket and started collecting the clothes and putting them in there. And she had no idea that while she was putting her clothes into the basket, a tarantula had like clung itself onto one of the shirts, and she kind of put it in the basket without even knowing. So when she brought it into our house and put the laundry basket on the bed, she was like putting her clothes away, and this tarantula just crawls out onto her bed, and she sees it and completely freaks out. She had to like call my dad into the room so he can get rid of it safely. Ugh, it's just, it's so gross to me. Another time there was a tarantula on top of our door frame in our house, and as we were walking through the door, it like just jumped down at us. Like, just, it was hanging on the door. As we went through, it just dropped. It just dropped. It literally almost hit my dad's head. Like, it just missed my dad's head. And the minute it hit the floor, it like ran away for dear life. We honestly just found tarantulas all over the house all of the time. In the washroom, in my bedroom, everywhere. They were on the walls. They just invaded our house house every single day. And after a while, we just began to get used to it. Like, it's almost like seeing a fly in your house. Well, your fly is our tarantula. The good thing is that we were never ever bitten. I know that a couple of our neighbors were, but like we weren't, which was really good. Because apparently other people that have been bitten said it's like the most painful feeling in the entire world, so I never want to experience that. But anyways, that is my story. I hope you guys got an idea of kind of what it was like dealing with these spiders in Antigua. I personally don't think you should kill them. I think if you find them in your house, you should just get rid of them safely, not harming them. I just think that personally, I don't know. Speaking of spiders, I actually have a story that happened to me like 3 days ago. I went into my basement to work out on the elliptical, and as I was just, you know, on the elliptical doing my thing, all of a sudden this huge spider just comes down on a web right in front of me and lands on my elliptical. And oh my goodness, guys, I got off that elliptical so fast that I was tripping over everything. Woo! And like, I went upstairs to tell my dad, and by the time we went downstairs to get rid of it, it was gone. We couldn't find it. So this spider is still down here somewhere, and I don't know where it is. Obviously, it wasn't a tarantula because I'm in like Toronto, Canada, but it was a pretty big house spider. It was pretty big, probably the size of like a bottle cap. That's big. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed these stories, and as usual, my social media information is below, along with my vlog channel and my P.O. box information. And oh, I do have these super cute veetime bears that are, well, this is a bunny, but I have a bunch of these on my Beautifully Borrowed website. If you guys want to check that out, the link is below. The bunny rabbits are actually limited time, so if these run out, we will have like bears and other kinds of stuff, but they're so soft and so comfy, and it says veetime on it. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and until next time, bye!